Love heaven sent, comes from above.
Take me there, Lord.
Wipe your tears.
How many men walked out the back door? How many times your heart hit the floor? Here comes the lie, attacking self-esteem. Nobody wants me, nobody loves me.
You don't have to cry no more. Jesus, He will wipe your tears away. How do I know? He wiped mine away.
She sees her reflection in a pond of tears. Daddy gone, did he even care? Now she's a baby grown up, running to the arms of many men again and again and the again. Perfect union, it didn't work. She craved the attention, so she wore the short skirt. They said they love you, but they lust for you. Sex, the only time they call you. Wake up, sister, what you gonna do? Life is more than the whistles and the screams. Life is more than jocking fellas for the cream. The way a man thinks, what you're willing to show, you're willing to share. Listen, my dear, you're dressed from your toes to your hair. You're more than a body. What about your soul? The Lord is calling to make you whole. What about your
All I ever wanted was to know who I was. To love heaven sent, comes from above.
Take me there, Lord.
Wipe your tears. All she ever wanted to be was be loved. All I ever wanted was to know who I was. To love heaven sent, comes from above.
Take me there, Lord.
Wipe your tears.
How many men walked out the back door? How many times your heart hit the floor? Here comes the lie, attacking self-esteem. Nobody wants me, nobody loves me.
That's not true.
But God chose you, and He loves you so much. His Son died for you. What Daddy did had nothing to do with you. What Mama said wasn't even about you. And those men, they had their own issues. Don't play the blame game, learn to love you. Don't have a baby just for someone to love you. Live a life more than about you. Do for others, serve others. Rest in the Lord when it seems you can't take it. Live where you're celebrated, not tolerated. Give God your dreams, sweetie, you can make it. You can make it, you can make it, you can make it.
All I ever wanted was to know who I was. To love heaven sent, comes from above.
Take me there, Lord.
Everybody, welcome to, we're going to call this the What Up Baltimore show because I haven't done What Up Baltimore in a long time. Well, not that long, in a couple of months. We're going to get back to it.
Sorry, I missed that. Could you say it again, please?
Y'all, that's my Siri talking. I'm not talking to you, Siri. I'm doing a live. Let me turn her off. What is she all that she want to be on the show?
I'm not sure I'm hearing you correctly. My apologies.
These phones. Anyway, let me put this over to the side. So tonight, I got my son Eric on here because we are talking about this magazine. Y'all got to see this magazine. This magazine is fire. I told Eric, this is the best. Well, we've only done two, but I was like, this is the best one. So we got the magazine out, and what I like for y'all to do is make sure that you share the magazine. I mean, share the video. I'm trying to do two things at one time. Make sure you share the video, y'all. This magazine is fire. So we're going to be talking about the magazine. We're going to be talking about actually how Eric, here's the thing, like, you know, that's not what I wanted to put out. You know, we have our children, and a lot of times you don't even know how talented your children are. So when this whole idea came up about the magazine, Ahmed was the one that, you know, last year, around the latter part of last year, was talking to me about a magazine and talking to Leroy McKenzie about, you know, how about we just do a What Up Baltimore magazine? So I'm like, cool. Who's going to design the magazine? Because I don't know anything about a magazine. And then Eric says, oh, I did a magazine at my college. So I'm like, okay, well, all right. I don't know. sure, because I don't know how this thing works. So I had to really just kind of back up because Eric will tell me like, Mom, go in the other room. You ask us too many questions, because I want to make sure that everything is done right. So when he did, I don't think I have any more of the January edition because January sold out like within 2 weeks. So when he did the January edition, I was like, oh my goodness, he does know how to do a magazine. But y'all, should we show the February edition now?
Go ahead.
So I interviewed Mayor Brandon Scott, and he's on the cover. Now, I think showing the magazine on the screen really doesn't like do it any justice because it's so detailed, and that's what I like about it. Like you guys probably can't see it, but like
I can try and show it on my screen if it let me.
Because I don't know how to do all of that. But up in the corners of the picture, Brandon, because Brandon is Mayor Scott is a young mayor. He's the youngest mayor that Baltimore has had. Why can't I get my words together? He's the youngest mayor for Baltimore. And so I was able to interview him. I met him a couple times before he actually won the election. And we really had a great interview. And so he's really laid back and he's a young guy. So he's like, I'm going to just be me. And so I like the way Eric has up in the corner. He has him like really just kind of laid back. Like he's actually sitting up in the corner of the frame. And so you guys, the magazines are $10. We're going to talk to Eric about like, how did he come up with the idea? And this is the back of the magazine. But we're going to talk about how he came up with the magazine. We got, I don't know if I should tell y'all everybody that's in here. Anyway, so Eric, you did an awesome job. I'm so proud of you. Like,
Thank you.
This looks so good. And I got to tell you, like, I'm just so proud of what you did with the magazine. So tell us, like, how did you get into doing magazines first?
So I really like drawing and art and things like that. So at my first college I went to, I always wanted to be in like a drawing class because I had to like pick between the classes that I wanted to do, like forgot what you called it. But it was between like music and art. So I didn't want to like have to sing or play a piano or whatever. So I was like, I might as well just draw for like an hour and some change so I can get a good grade because I like drawing. And I like signed up for the wrong class and I was in sculpting and stuff. And I was mad because like I never could get in a drawing class. So when I transferred to the college that I graduated from in Maine, they had a graphic design class, and that's originally like what I wanted to do when I was young because I like drawing video games and stuff like that. And it was just really fun. So I just decided to try it again. I think the last magazine I did for my school was in 2018. So I decided to try it again and it came out good. So it's really what it was.
Now, this is the thing that's really funny, y'all, because when Eric was younger, he was probably about 3 when I realized that he could draw. Any teeny piece of paper that he could draw on, he was drawing Spider-Man, okay? It was Spider-Man papers everywhere. And one day, his teacher was telling me that he wasn't doing his work in school. And that was because he's always really been really smart in school. And he had finished, like he was done and he was bored. So the teacher's like, he's not doing his work in school and blah, blah, blah. So I said to his teacher, I can guarantee you when I walk in, she said, he's always writing something, but I never see any work. I said, I can guarantee you that when I walk into that room, his work is done. It's in his desk. And what he's doing is drawing Spider-Man pictures. And lo and behold, I think he was in 3rd grade. I go in there and Eric has a desk full of Spider-Man pictures, but I realized early on that he could draw. And so, and then, so now I'm looking at his work and like, I'm just so proud of him when I look at his work and I see what he's doing. Cause I'm like, he's actually doing graphic design. We'll do another show about the t-shirts that he's doing now. He just got something today where he's doing a shirt for one of the basketball players, but you know, it's like really great. So tell us how do you come up with Spider-Man? Oh my goodness. How do you come up with this concept of, okay, we did the mayor this month. How in your mind do you come up with, like you did the frame and him in the corner and all of that?
All right, so like just to rewind, the reason like I also like doing magazines and stuff like that is because like in school, every time they would like force us to go to a library and pick books, I would literally pick any book that has like the most pictures, like anything that doesn't have a lot of words, because I just don't like reading. So when I do magazines, I try to, even though it'll be words, I try to really make you look at it and like have to look at it, have to read it, because me personally, like I just don't like reading. I'd rather watch it. Like I love documentaries, but I'll never read about it. Like I just don't like reading. So what I usually do is like, depending on, so for example, the mayor, like I usually go by his look. So like to me, like he kind of has like a 70s look to me, whatever. So that explains like the font kind of looks like 70s font from like Good Times or things like that.
So let's stop on that for a minute, because when I opened the magazine and I looked at it, I was like, okay, why did he use this kind of font?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, so I usually I like to do my magazines themed wise. So usually whoever's on the front, I theme the whole magazine based off who's ever on the front. So meaning like all the sub stories and the main story will have like all the theme, you know, font, colorways and stuff like that. So because like he has like a 70s look, I made like the whole, like the words and stuff. And like kind of like that Good Times.
Sorry, Eric, 1 second. I'm sorry. Sorry, everybody. I'm looking down because I'm actually, as Eric is talking, I'm actually texting the mayor right now. So that's why I'm looking down. So go ahead. I'm listening, Eric.
Yeah, but yeah, that's mainly like what I thought of. Usually when I usually pick a picture and then go off of that. So instantly, like when I looked at him, he gave me like, I just saw the afro on his head. So I just like thought like 70s. And usually like when I think of magazines, I usually think about timing. So like when you think about the 70s, you know, or people my age, they think afros. 90s, you usually think about like clothing, music, stuff like that. 2000s is like technology. So that's kind of like what I do. And then I did the wood in the back with the gold plaque, because usually like when I think about mayors and stuff like that, or presidents or whatever, I always just think about that wooden wall that they're all on with the gold plaque, stuff like that.
Right.
And then like the little pieces like at the bottom, I always like doing that because when I was little, I couldn't afford to get, my favorite player was Allen Iverson. I couldn't afford to get like every picture of him or like every frame. And I have family in Philadelphia. So what I did was, when I got like Allen Iverson pictures, I would cut them out individually and then get like a big piece of white paper and glue them on in like a collage type thing.
I remember that.
Yeah, because like I couldn't afford a frame or like a big picture that I wanted. Or like if they didn't have the picture of him, I ain't want to just like throw it away. So I would like cut out every picture of Iverson that I seen. So like when I was little, if you was in my room, you would just see holes in my magazines and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's what I did here. I just kind of wanted it to be like a collage of him doing different things. Obviously with COVID going on, like the mask and stuff like that. And then I just put the little things of him on the top just to add it, really. But and the back, same thing.
I think it's good that you did it, the mask too, because he's really big on everybody wearing a mask right now. Like that's his thing. So that's really good to have that on the cover. So can you tell us how you did the back of the cover? Because you did that last month in the January edition, where if you open the front and back cover, you're able to see like it's almost like a mural going across.
Yeah, so what I always didn't like about magazines was how the front cover would look like they put a lot of work into it, but the back would be nothing. So like when I was in school, my teacher always told me, you know, like a book opens up, a book lines up. So I wanted it to line up to where, you know, the front and back had that same theme, and it looks like you flip the picture, you know, over, or like took the picture off, or, you know, whatever, like use your imagination. But I just did it like that because I just feel like when people get to the end of the magazine, I don't like how it's just like black or has nothing on it.
Yeah.
So that's usually what I did, really.
And so then when we go inside the magazine, we're not going to show them everything in the magazine because we want them to buy it. But when you go inside of the magazine, for example, we have Donnie Glover in this edition of the magazine, who's really big in Baltimore. Because you don't know him. But then when I opened the page up, I was like, wow, the colors. Well, first of all, everybody, the colors in the magazine are crazy. Like, it's really colorful. Yeah. And the whole idea about the magazine is Baltimore is a cultural place. We have a lot of different ethnicities here. We have, we got the alley, and we're just colorful. We like different foods and all this kind of stuff. So I thought it would be fun to not have like the average looking magazine, but to have a magazine that's full of color. That's what I said to Eric. I didn't know how to explain it, but I knew what I meant. So he took it and ran with it. And so when I opened this magazine, I was just like, wow, it really stands out. So when you have somebody like Donnie Glover that you don't know, what makes you come up with the colors and the concept for it?
Excuse me for not really knowing who he is, but is that the guy that is that the guy that you interviewed, or Man of the People dude?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, but yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, like the only person I really know is like Brandon, Nick Mosby, whatever. I just don't really care for politics, to be honest. Like, don't shoot me, old people, but I really just could care less. Like, it's just not me. But the Donnie Glover guy, I just, again, like I said, like I usually like I want people to know who they are before they have to read, or I don't like making people have to read to understand who the person is, what they are, what's their background.
Yeah.
So like when I was like putting the words in and reading some of the words and seeing what he does, like he just had this like news entertainment type feel type thing. So I just decided to put like, like newspaper in the back, or like folded old papers, or like maybe a script or whatever in the back. So yeah, that's just what I decided to do. I just feel like when you look at it, you'll be like, okay, well, he probably either reads a lot, or this is a script or something, or he does news, or he writes, I don't know, whatever. He just, that he's not a athlete, that he's not a singer, or, obvious stuff like that. So
yeah. And that's exactly, like, you got it. That's exactly who he is. That's exactly who he is. And then another article we had, well, the other, it was somebody else in here I wanted to ask you about that I was looking at. And then everybody, we also do advertisements. So make sure that you advertise with us, Oh, we also do the book of the month. And when I saw this page, like, oh my goodness. Xylia Nolan is our book of the month. So every month we're going to feature an African-American author because they get a lot of, coverage. So we're going to feature an author, Xylia Nolan. So when I looked in the magazine, I was like, oh my goodness, all of her pictures are so colorful. And it's just like, I'm like, wow, you really captured it, and you haven't met her either.
Yeah. So about the book of the month, like people my age could probably remember, but like when we were kids, like I think it was like Pizza Hut or something where you could like bring in. I forgot. You have to like write down the book that you read or something and bring it into Pizza Hut and you'll get like a discount or something.
Mm-hmm.
And or like the box tops that you do on cereals and candies that we were little and stuff.
Right.
And they had like this like like I don't know, like candy type feel, like Wonderland or whatever. Book of the month like type things or whatever. So that's what I did here with that. I just made it like, I don't know. That's usually what they use and stuff for books or like spotlights for books. I don't know why, like trees or stuff like that. So that's just really what I chose, and then the colors matched as well. And then the title, I just made it like a strawberry. I don't know why I chose that, but like a strawberry type color.
The colors kind of match her outfit and the book.
Yeah.
And that. So
and
yeah.
It was weird because I usually what I do is I design everything, and then the last thing I do is put the words in the picture on. So it was funny when like I got the picture and everything matched. So
So you did that before you saw the picture?
Yeah, usually what I do, I look at the picture real quick and then I just instantly work on the background, the title, maybe the color of the words, and like where I'm gonna place pictures. But I don't put the words down and then the picture because I have to, do stuff in the back. So the pictures and the words are the last thing I do.
Right. That's wow. That's amazing. And anybody, if you go on Zylia's page, you will see her always in colorful stuff, colorful earrings, colorful.
Yeah.
So when I open that page, I'm like, oh my goodness, the whole thing just really fits her. And then we did an article on Leroy had someone in here, and I thought,
yeah, I was about to say I really liked his.
Was that the which one was that?
It was Community Warrior or something.
Oh, right. The Community Warrior, Mr. David Murphy. That page is really, oh my goodness. I was like, wow. The colors, the hands, everything is kind of, it's detailed. And how did you come up with that?
So what I decided to do was, because I read the word unity or whatever.
We lost him. What happened? Oh man, he's not here. He's somewhere else, but we lost him. But anyway, everybody, I'm going to wait for him to come back. I don't know what happened. I'm not really sure. But we're going to wait for him to come back. But anyway, this is the cover of the magazine. For those of you who don't live in Baltimore, this is Mayor Brandon Scott. I believe he's 36 years old. Well, he was 36 when I interviewed him a few weeks ago. And he is Baltimore's youngest mayor. And so I had a chance to interview him to put him on the cover of the magazine for, here, Eric's back again, for Black History Month.
All right, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But I was like, when I read the title and stuff like that, I saw the word like National Black Community and stuff. So I just decided to do like different hands that are different like skin tones to represent unity and stuff like that. So that's really all I really thought about. It was pretty easy. Right.
Yeah. And then this other article in here about Mr. Donald Dowridge Jr., Baltimore's abolitionist. I really like the color in here because he just like his skin tone, the other pictures that he has in here, it's like all of it goes together with the color that you have in the magazine. So that was really.
I got a funny story about him though.
Can something you can say on?
Yeah. So okay. I don't know, but when I was in like 5th grade, maybe, I'm pretty sure he came to my school.
Oh wow.
I think he came to my school when I was in 5th grade. I only remember that because I think I got in trouble or something. Probably, I don't know. Probably did something I wasn't supposed to do, but I got in trouble. And I remember walking up to the chapel to watch whatever was going on. And it was really quiet in there. My principal was talking about some dude. I don't think it was his name. I'm not sure. And I just remember everybody was quiet. And I just seen this like Frederick Douglass looking dude walking down the middle of the aisle. And I just was like, I lost it. Like I was just in tears. I was like, what is going on? And of course I got in trouble again for that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he came to my school now that I see like that he does
because he
things
goes
with kids and stuff.
Right. He goes around to a lot of the schools.
Yeah, so it's just funny that I'm seeing him now after like, me being immature when I was little and stuff.
And so it would be really nice, I think, now for you to meet the person and talk to him and tell him that story.
Yeah.
He came to your school, you were laughing at him. I think that would
be I don't know. It just was really funny to me. Like, and he was walking with like his hands behind his back and everything. It was just hilarious. Like, and he was like, he really looked like Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, he actually looks like Frederick Douglass.
He really looked like Frederick Douglass. I couldn't do it. I was gone.
Because when I opened the magazine, it was like, how did Leroy get Frederick? And then I had to go back and look at it because I'm like, oh, okay, this guy is impersonating Frederick Douglass, but he actually like him. I would like to go to one of his events to actually hear him. He looks like him now. Like
I wasn't even. I got kicked out. I couldn't even listen to what he had to say.
You were laughing that hard?
I was laughing that hard because, like, my chapel, the doors to enter the chapel were behind us. And my principal was in front of us talking. You know how strict my principal was. Yeah. So like we were all looking at her, and then I remember she just stopped talking and was like, "Who's that coming down?" And I'm like, "Who is this?" And he just with his hands behind his back, walking real slow, staring at everybody. Me and my boy lost it, like completely lost it. My teacher grabbed me by the collar and drug me outside the chapel, and I couldn't even finish the chapel. I think I had to watch it from outside, but I just couldn't hold it. I could not hold it. I was in tears.
I think that's good. I think we should ask Leroy if we can meet up with him.
Yeah, just so like I can apologize or something, because he probably remember me laughing at him.
And give him his magazine personally. Put it in his hand.
Yeah, and like
I'm so sorry I was laughing at you.
Yeah, I couldn't handle it. That was just too funny to me.
So everybody, we are coming to the end of this, but we want you to make sure that you get the magazine. The magazines are $10. This magazine is fire. I'm telling you, you got to see it in person. Also want to acknowledge the people inside. We have a page that's called Meet the People. We got our other screen down. Sorry, you can't see it close up, but and this is also, if you go to www.LadyJmedia.com, you'll be able to subscribe to the magazine. Subscribe. But we want to acknowledge everybody in the magazine. Of course, I'm in there. Leroy and I are co-owners of the What Up Baltimore magazine. And then we have Michaela Pierre. We have Amir Pierre, my niece and nephew, their brother and sister. And they are also writers for the magazine. Michaela actually wrote about some Baltimore Black history facts that you'll see in here. And then Eric is the content creator, the designer. He does all the photography. He's the editor and just does all the creative stuff in the magazine and the layouts in here. So, you know, if you want to be in our upcoming edition, which is going to be the March-April edition, so it'll come out in April, and you're a woman, please contact me or you can contact Leroy McKenzie, and we would like to put you in the magazine because we're celebrating women. And then in June, we'll be celebrating men. So it'll be a man on the cover and men inside. And for our March, April, we're going to be celebrating women, entrepreneurs, homemakers, whatever. We're going to be celebrating you. Just let me know do you like to be in a magazine? I'll tell you how to do that. We're going to have a woman on the cover. and the women will also be in this magazine, making it shine. I can't wait to see what Eric's going to do with that magazine. So again, please get this magazine, everybody. It's called What Up Baltimore. And the What Up Baltimore magazine, basically, we try to focus on the great things that are going on in Baltimore. There are a lot of things that are going on that ain't right. That's negative, people doing a lot of stuff they shouldn't be doing. But we want to celebrate the people who are really doing great things in our city. We want to push this magazine. Thank you so much for helping us to sell out within 2 weeks in January. That was great. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Thank you to Ahmed for he's the mastermind, the creator. He had the idea for this. Thank you to Leroy McKenzie. Y'all go visit his page. Thank you to Amir and Michaela, my niece and nephew. You know what? We got to get them on here too, so we can actually talk to them about their part in the magazine as well. So on Thursday, we're going to be meeting up with Leroy. Hopefully, and we have a couple of the people that are in the magazine are also going to be with us, and Eric's going to be there, and we're going to be talking to them about being in the What Up Baltimore magazine. So you all have a great evening. Please make sure you share this video. Please make sure that you check out LadyJ Media. You can go to my website. It's www.ladyjmedia.com. Able to see them, subscribe to the magazine. You'll be able to see the show content, the different shows that we have throughout the week, Monday through Thursday. We got great shows going on. So come on over here and join us. And if you want to do a show, I keep telling you, if you want to do a show, you're trying to build your brand, come on over and I'm going to help you do that. And that's what we're doing over here. And we're having a good old time doing it. So Eric, thank you for all your work with the magazine. You get a break for a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Start up on the other one. Anything you want to leave with everybody before we go?
Thank you everybody for buying the last one. I don't think it was the first one, but thank you for. I'll get better. But
what's wrong with it?
Now that I look at just. As I do more stuff, it just don't really look right to me. But
I think you are your worst critic. That's what I think.
But I just thank everybody for your support and stuff like that. My family, my girlfriend, stuff like that. So thank you for your support, and that's really it.
Yeah, thank you everybody. And the song that you hear in the background is by Kevin Curry. And Kevin is one of the hosts here on the What Up Baltimore online radio station. And make sure you download the app. Go to Google Play. It's for Android phones right now. You'll be able to download the LadyJ Media app. See y'all. Have a great night. Stay tuned. We got 2 more shows coming up.
Again and again and again. Perfect union. It didn't work. She craved the attention, so she wore the short skirt. They said they love you, but they lust for you. Sex, the only time they call you. Wake up, sister. What you gonna do? Life is more than the whistles and the screams. Life is more than jocking fellas for the cream. The way a man thinks, what you're willing to show, you're willing to share. Listen, my dear, you're dressed from your toes to your hair. You're more than a body. What about your soul? The Lord is calling to make you whole. What about your soul? Your soul, your soul, your soul. All I ever wanted was to know who I was. True love happens comes from above.
Take me there, Lord.
Wipe your tears. All she ever wanted to be was be loved. All I ever wanted was to know who I was. True love comes from above.
Take me there, Lord.
Wipe your tears.
How many men walked out the back door? How many times your heart hit the floor? Here comes the lie, attacking self-esteem. Nobody wants me, nobody loves me. But God chose you, and man, he loves you so much. His son died for you. What daddy did had nothing to do with you. What mama said wasn't even about you. And those men, they had their own issues. Don't play the blame game, learn to love you. Don't have a baby just for someone to love you. Live a life more than about you. Do for others, serve others, rest in the Lord when it seems you can't take it. Live where you're celebrated, not tolerated. Give God your dreams, sweetie, you can make it. You can make it. You can make it. You can make it.
All I ever wanted was to know who I was. True love hasn't sent, comes from above.
Take me there, Lord.
Wipe your tears. All she ever wanted to be was be loved. All I ever wanted was to know who I was. True love hasn't sent, comes from above.
Take me there, Lord.
Wipe your tears. Oh,
The story was me, standing on the side of the street. Mama say, come to me. Give me some sugar, kisses, no candy. It's in